Hello everybody, welcome back to the Bradley Assassin YouTube channel. Today's episode of the Bradley Assassin live stream cryptocurrency discussion, where we will chime in on some of our favorite coins here at the Bradley Assassin YouTube channel. I'm trying to kind of jump between a few things right here, so forgive me if my mind looks a little scattered. It's just been a while since we've gotten one of these solid streams in where I had a little bit of time to knock this out. So I wanted to go over a few things. Everybody's always screaming buy the dip, and we've discussed that so many times here on the channel. It's so easy to say, but not everyone has funds just lying around where they can just dump money into crypto whenever it's a good buying opportunity. And I'm the same way. I understand it. But I would like to at least touch on some coins that are kind of screaming opportunity, even if it means, moving some coins into another one, or vice versa, or if you have been saving your money during the peak periods. Like, obviously for me, when all the coins are looking great and doing well, I typically don't buy. I mean, you don't want to buy at the top, like they say. So whenever things are kind of like right about now, we did hit a recent correction that went as far low as like 46.5, if I'm not mistaken, in terms of Bitcoin price. And right now we seem to be attempting to kind of come back. And as you can see here on the Bitcoin ticker on the screen, we're sitting at $50,261. So breaking above that 50,000 point and holding is a positive sign, in my personal opinion. I mean, for those that have been in the space for quite a while, it's nothing new to see the coin jump to 65 grand and go down to 40 grand and blah, 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 blah. It's a repetitive thing until it's not, but you don't want to be, the guy on the outside looking in whenever the it's not hits. You want to be part of it. So what I'm saying is, it feels like we've kind of hit that bottom of that correction again, and we're moving the right way. Now, as you can see here, we have Cardano at $1.37, and keep in mind, these are obviously, we can't discuss all coins here on the Bradley Assassin YouTube channel, but these are the coins that I'm invested in, that I focus on, that I feel have great futures and probably will bring the best returns, in my personal opinion. And as always, as you can see down on the screen, these streams and this information here are for entertainment purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not an expert. Please invest at your own risk, and please do not invest more than you can afford to lose, in case things don't work out for you at all. So like I said, Cardano at $1.37. Personally, now look, these things are very biased based on my knowledge, my information, where I've been in the market, what I've seen the coin get to, what I've seen it, just everything entailed from my perspective. And with that being said, while Cardano at $1.37 to the majority of the populace out there is going to look like a fantastic buy, I bought into Cardano when it was around 30 or 40 cents. So yes, it's great, and I'm doing great technically. And we have seen Cardano get as high as what, over $3 at some point this cycle. I'm not certain it's going to go much lower than this, so I guess it could be a buy, but at $1.37, if the coin doubles, which it will in time, it will, depending on the market, you're looking at a $2.70 coin, right, which puts you right back up to where it was at the peak of this run, or this current market situation we're in. So you got a chance to double your money, and that's nothing to shake a stick at. I mean, in terms of finance and stock markets and everything else, that's pretty good. That's really good. But for those that have been in crypto and do play the small market cap coins, and watch your VeChains, watch your Hoge Finances, watch your Dogecoins, watch your meme coins, we know that there's more opportunity out there than just doubling your money. And that sounds crazy, because I'm not shitting on anyone or anybody that thinks doubling your money is bad, because it's not. If we were certain at doubling our money, that's all we would need, right? But there's no certainties in this, so it's always kind of a crapshoot. So you're trying to hedge your bets to where you can benefit the most out of your investment. So that's why we're going to touch on a few things here today, such as Pop Network. Those that follow the channel know my involvement in that community and that project, and what I think about it, and what it's doing for everyone that has been involved, We'll touch on that a bit. Ethereum hovering over the 4K mark is still fine, in my opinion. We've seen it approach 5K, but honestly, coming from a coin that last in March of 2020 was a $90 coin. If you guys remember the old virus not to be named crash, yes, Ethereum got down to $90 a coin. So Ethereum at $4,100 is fine to me. Now VeChain, ladies and gentlemen, that's an enigma in itself, because since covering VeChain on the channel here in 2021, we had me stressing to everyone when it was around 2 cents, 2.5 cents. I was stressing how important it was to get your hands on some VeChain, because when I say it wouldn't be long, I mean in a matter of months or a year or whatever. But from an investment standpoint, we knew VeChain was gonna explode, and it's still going to explode from where it's at right now. Now, for those that got in when we first started discussing it at 2.5 cents or 2 cents, I'd have to go back and look on the particular streams, but it was around that mark. Obviously, we 4x'd our money, even to this low point right now of 8.7 cents, which we're at now. We did get to a high back in April of around 25 cents, 26 cents. And for those that watched my VeChain videos in the past, I did have a end of year prediction price of 28 cents for VeChain. So if I would have just titled that video of 2021 peak, I would have been much more accurate. But in a sense, I still feel like it's a win, because we did get there. Now, of course, we had a couple 30% plus market corrections in 2021, which, up to now has significantly affected VeChain's progress. But we do know that Proof of Authority 2.0 is technically in the works. We've been saying that for a long time, but like it's at a certain stage now. Like it's progressed to where Sonny Liu and the team have basically said that they're looking to inject it into testnet, like probably in January. So it's kind of done and it's kind of there, but with the complexity of VeChain and the way its tentacles spread into so many different aspects and so many different markets, I guess it's just the way it works. But ultimately, like we said, we know VeChain can at least triple from here, and like I said, where Cardano can probably double from here. Again, VeChain and Cardano are two of my long-term investments. I basically buy and hold with those coins. I don't trade them. I don't sell them. We gave some away here on the channel for quite a while, but that's kind of how I roll with that. Hodge Finance, ladies and gentlemen, in my personal opinion, is a fantastic opportunity to buy right now at 0.000212. We've seen it get as high as 0.0007 at some point this year, and just before this recent correction we had, it was as high as 0.0006. I think it had got up to. So even these coins with this small market that look insignificant, it doesn't really matter, because when you're looking in terms of percentage gains, like if you take your $1,000, right? I'm using a good round number because it's easy. If you take this $1,000 and invest in Cardano right now, okay, and Cardano has a chance to double, let's say before year's end or into January, well, then you've made $1,000. You've doubled your money. But if you take that $1,000 and you drop it into like a Pop Network or a Hodge Finance, where these percentage gains are significant because the market cap is low and it doesn't take a lot to move it, say Hodge Finance gets right back up to 0.0006 again, which it can do very easily in a matter of days. We've seen it happen a few times this year. Well, then you've tripled your investment. You see what I'm saying? It's common sense. It's simple math. Everyone gets it. But sometimes you have to state the obvious just to kind of clarify where we are in the market. Also, Dogecoin, ladies and gentlemen. Dogecoin is kind of a unicorn in the room, kind of a pink elephant in the room, in my opinion, because this is, while the team has been working on making some more progress in terms of making the coin a little bit more beneficial in terms of utility, it's still a meme coin. We know that's how it is. That's how it's going to be. But ultimately, at a 17-cent Dogecoins, we've seen it hit 70 cents. Now, is it going to get back there again? I personally don't know. I'm kind of doubting it at the moment, because when it hit 70 cents, I mean, this was at the height of a whirlwind of meme activity. It was publicized, right? It was being advertised on every outlet, and it was just crazy. So Now, we don't know what the team, the development team is planning to bring in terms of utility. It could be a world beater. And then when, of course, Mr. Elon Musk's influence and backing, we never really know. It could turn into something great again. But for the meantime, it's just kind of quiet. And I'm okay with that. You know, I'm not really heavily invested in Dogecoin. I made a fantastic amount and moved it into some other coins. Now for the big ticker, for the big graph you guys see on the screen, I don't know if this is more recent. I introduced this coin very recently, and we've only covered it a couple times very briefly. And I'm holding the Pop Network for last because I have a lot of information on that. But the coin you see on the screen, with the graph you see on the screen, is a coin called the Gigawatt Token. It's very, very new. It's only been available to the public for probably less than a month at this point, maybe around a month. I brought it to everyone's attention, to the community's attention, maybe a week after it debuted. And at the time, it was 0.00013 cents, I think. And as you can see, the chart you're seeing here on the screen is the daily chart. It's been performing fantastic for a coin that is brand new. I mean, we're practically not on any exchanges. I mean, you can swap for it on a Pancake Swap, and I'm sorry, is it Pancake Swap? Sushi Swap, sorry. As it is a Ethereum based token, but it is on Polygon network. So it was launched there because of Ethereum fees. We know how that works and all that stuff. So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, the coin is performing amazingly. That big red correction you see there, and it's not really a correction because the coin's so new. That is typically the development team selling for liquidity to put back into coin. So you'll see that from time to time on a brand new coin. But look, as mentioned, I was in the pre-sale, and my tokens are personally locked for 1 year. The project is actually it's a gentleman who I actually got to meet in person, face to face. Him and one of the initial founders and initial investors actually drove over to my state and met with me personally one morning. We had brunch. Very intuitive, very intelligent, very determined gentleman. The CEO is. They are planning to build a physical infrastructure in West Texas, where they are going to build a solar powered mining farm to provide power to obviously mine cryptocurrency. And then ultimately their goal is to continue to grow with that to the point where they can actually sell power back to the power companies or sell it to the local communities. This is just, power is significant, and it's a big deal. And then of course renewable power is going to be the future. Obviously, they've been saying that for decades, but now with cryptocurrency in play, it's something you really have to take a look at. And I mean, the truth is, everyone would be mining cryptocurrency if it wasn't for power, or had a way to produce their own power. And in this case, in West Texas, the property, the acreage is very, very cheap. So they're looking into making a substantial solar powered Bitcoin mining farm, so to speak. But just a project, one of these rare projects. I had mentioned most things in crypto are digital based. There's no, which is fine. I mean, that's kind of the premise behind most of this stuff. But you don't have a physical structure, nothing to grab onto, nothing to hold, nothing to show value, unless the project digitally takes off and that kind of thing. But I got my little kitty cat right here causing problems. But in this case, you're gonna have structure. You're gonna have solar power panels. You're gonna have property. You're gonna have the actual Bitcoin miners, the crypto miners. So in this particular case, it's a little bit different, where you have some substance to your investment and whatnot. So I'm excited for this project. It's been performing amazing, even though it's so new. It's basically not anywhere. So you might want to look into Gigawatt Token. So that's the graph, that's the chart, and everything you see on the screen there at 0.000196. So secondly, lastly, I should say, Pop Network, ladies and gentlemen. Pop Network is probably the project that I am most focused on, is probably my most favorite project in terms of what they're doing, what the team is doing, the transparency with the team, the actual product from the team, the future, everything involved with Pop Network is very, very exciting. We basically touched on the fact that they just introduced a rebrand. The actual logo you see next to Pop Network Token is the previous logo, and they have it, but it's so new it hasn't been updated throughout most of these exchanges and IOs and that sort of thing. But they do have a rebrand, pretty nifty little new icon. Secondly, right now the Pop Network Masternodes are live. They've been live for a few weeks now, and we've gone through quite a few bugs initially from one Masternode to the next. But as far as the release number 1.0.6, it has been working flawlessly. I personally have 8 Masternodes running, and when you see me looking around, it's because I'm just looking at all my Masternodes running. But I personally have 8 Masternodes running. And you can stake, the minimum stake on a Pop Network Masternode is 50,000 Pop. And as you can see with a price point of 0.005 cents right now, that is an incredibly cheap opportunity to move into Pop Network Masternodes. The maximum stake on a Pop Network Masternode is 2 million Pop. Right now, the first 90 days, you are guaranteed a 100% return on your investment, which is absolutely insane. Anyone in the crypto space should at least take a minute to look into this. You know, if you buy $10,000 worth of Pop Network, right, and you run a Masternode for 3 months, you will have made that amount in Pop Network back. I mean, it's free money. It's an incredible deal, and that's if the token stays at the value you bought it at, which it will not. It's going to continue to increase. So you can substantially multiply your money basically for free with the Pop Network Masternodes right now. It blows my mind that, you know, people come across Pop Network and read into the Masternodes and come into their Telegram and ask a lot of questions and then don't move forward with it. I just don't understand it. So much so that right now that's the way it's working. Everyone of the first 1,000 Masternodes are going to get 90% return on their investment. Thereafterwards, after the 90 days, I believe it goes to 35% of the block rewards. And then, of course, so that's where we are now. The network wanted to make sure that the nodes were running. People can set up the nodes to build the network, and that the rewards were working right to reward you for helping build the network. The next stage is they're actually in works of signing and bringing on content creators to start the next part of the testing, which obviously would be uploading content and testing, sharing the content throughout the Masternodes and that sort of thing. So that's the next big step in the Pop Network's evolution. And what's interesting with that is, I think in time the rewards are going to be skewed to, you know, those that have the not so much better equipment, but equipment with the availability to process, you know, access quicker, and the amounts of storage you have set aside for your Masternode, that sort of stuff. Eventually, all those specifics and peripherals are going to matter. Although right now it's basically strictly who's running the network. So with that being said, I'm going to share a little bit of information with everyone what I'm planning on doing. Like I said, I do have 8 Masternodes running, but it's currently across 3 computers. I'm running virtual machines through Windows to run like 3 on one computer, 3 on one computer, and 2 on another computer. For a multitude of reasons. Basically, that's what I had set up. I wasn't prepared to run that many Masternodes, but after I saw the crazy returns I was getting, it made no sense for me not to stake all my Pop and do as much as I could. So now that I see the way it works and I see the returns and I understand where I'd like to be, I understand how important it's going to be to have a substantial setup to allow the content sharing and the speed of sharing and the access of the network and stuff. So what I'm planning to do, and I'm going to share everybody at least the components that I plan on building or acquiring to build my what I'm going to call my Masternode computer. I have it's in Newegg, and I have like the little shopping list pulled down, and I'm just going to share with everybody. My plan is to get a significantly powerful enough computer with enough cores and enough storage so that I can run all 8 Masternodes on one computer. And price wise, yes, it's very expensive, but the truth is, basically, I'm earning so much pop tokens through the masternodes running. It's basically not even 2 weeks of earnings to build that I'm gonna pull from my earnings to pay for this computer, and we're talking like a $4,000 computer, which is insane. But that's the kind of rewards we're getting right now from Pop Network. So again, to each his own, but free money, it's up to you. Okay, so we're gonna pop on over to display capture, and I'll show everyone the components that I plan on using to build what I'm calling my Masternode computer. Okay, so let's see what this looks like. Okay, yeah, I think you guys can see that. I'm gonna move this over just a little bit, and bear with me for a second. I just want to make sure you guys can see the whole screen, because I want you guys to see everything. As you know, I'm pretty transparent here on the Bradley Assassin YouTube channel. I'm just trying to make it clear. I haven't set this up perfect. Okay, that should be good enough to see. So as you can see here, ladies and gentlemen, I'm planning on going with an AMD Ryzen 5950X. That is a 16-core processor. Obviously, one of the specifications and requirements to run a Pop Network Masternode is 1 core per Masternode. So this way I can run all 8 Masternodes and still have 8 cores left over for you know, general computing and or additional Masternodes in the future. Secondly, I picked the Gigabyte X570 Aorus Elite Wi-Fi version. This particular motherboard has 2 M.2 slots that are both PCI 4.0. So I wanted the speed for the hard drives with this particular motherboard. As you can see, I opted to go with 128 gigabytes of 3600 DDR4 RAM. Again, one of the requirements for running a Pop Network Masternode is the minimum recommended 4 gigabyte per Masternode. So I can run at least 4 gigabytes across 8 of the 8 different Masternodes and still have gobs of memory left over to allow, you know, multiple things running on the computer at once. The graphics card is kind of a toss-up right now. Everyone knows how crazy expensive graphics cards is. The truth is, I'm probably going to opt for this, but swap it out with a lesser graphics card I'm currently using on my gaming computer, since the graphic requirements aren't going to be really that needy and it's not that important. So it's kind of just, this is just kind of a little bonus for myself. Down to the case, I'm picking a Corsair iCUE 4000X RGB. Cases are a dime a dozen. It is what it is, kinda. But I like the white theme, and if I'm gonna attempt to display the computer on some streams, I thought it should at least be kind of attractive. Now the power supply, again, I'm trying to stick to a lot of Corsair equipment. I've had a lot of success with Corsair in the past, and this is a 750 watt platinum for $149, which isn't bad, plus $20 off promo code right now at Newegg. But the truth is, I'm probably gonna, whenever I actually submit and make the order, I'm probably gonna upgrade to at least an 850 watt, perhaps a 1000 watt, as I don't want to skimp on power in case I need to make any upgrades in the future. So this will probably change. Coming down to the hard drives, this is important. This is very important. Speed of the hard drives and the access and whatnot is probably going to be important later in the world of Pop Network and later across the torrents. So I opted to do a 1 terabyte PCI Generation 4 M.2 stick for the main storage on the computer, where my main Windows setup will be. And then of course I'm going with a gigantic 4 terabyte M.2 for the secondary storage, which I'm going to run the remaining 7 Masternodes on, maybe all 8, I'm not sure yet. But with the 500 gigabyte minimum requirements, I figured this was very, very important. So I'm going to spend a little bit more here and go that route. And then of course we have your typical water cooling radiator setup, you know, just kind of the way things go with these high performing CPUs of late. So go ahead and get out of this. So that's kind of where I am with all that. I thought you guys would like to see. I'm gonna be finalizing the order and make sure everything's exactly as it needs to be today, so I can get all those parts ordered Let me fix my alert box right here. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and get all those parts ordered and that sort of stuff, and then I will notify the community as they start coming in and whatnot. And the plan is I'm going to try and wait till it all comes in at once, get a nice little video filmed of me building it and assembling it. And then once I get it all together, I'll be able to video actually from scratch. You know, when you have just a base Windows, the process of downloading the what it needs to make the virtual machines, and then how to install the Masternodes on the virtual machines in Windows, and then how to set up multiple virtual machines and multiple Masternodes across Windows. So it'll be a step-by-step the whole way through. A lot of people have been asking me about that. Now, a lot of people run virtual private servers. I do not. I do it all on my own so I can control everything. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that. Now, with the availability of a lot of this equipment, and then the holiday delivery times up in question, I don't really have a date, but I will let everyone know as soon as that stuff starts coming in, so everyone can check that out. Because look, I'm a techie. I'm a big nerd about that kind of stuff. I love to watch. Like, you know what I do with my free time? Like, I have so much free time. Usually when I'm eating a meal or something like that, I drop myself and I pop on YouTube. And if I'm not fixing all my Masternodes or updating computers and stuff like that, I like to watch people build computers. That way you kind of know what's in style. You know what kind of equipment's out there. You know what to look for. You know what companies have had good quality equipment and success and have good warranties. You learn a lot just by watching this stuff. And there's some people that make a living out of just building computers on YouTube and whatnot. And then some of these channels get sponsored, and they even give the computers away. So that's something you guys might want to take a little bit of time and check out too, if you're interested in moving into building your own computer, because it can be overwhelming, but it can also be very satisfying. You can save a little bit on the top end, as opposed to having a company just build it for you. And like in my case, like I've spent weeks researching this stuff and companies and that sort of thing. And the truth is, while there's a ton out there, there's not a lot of these gaming computer companies that pre-build or offer the gigantic M.2 storage capacities, along with that much memory and that sort of stuff. So we got Mr. Jason Dixon with the $2 super chat. Thank you, my friend, appreciate it. Where is my alert box? It should be showing. I don't know why it's not. There it is. Jason Dixon with a $2 super chat saying, I have a beast PC 5 years ago, I need an update. Yeah, I mean, I'm good too. Like the computer I'm using now, like it's my gaming computer / streaming / editing. I mean, it would be fine for anything, anytime, anywhere, really, and it is. But because I want to run 8 Masternodes all in one PC, that's what I was getting at. Like, it's weird. Like the specific combination of equipment is really not offered, or the upgrades aren't offered in that particular combination. So in my case, with the big 4 terabyte M.2 and the amount of memory I'm going to need, and the amount of cores I'm going to need, the only other thing I could do would be move to a Threadripper. But then you go like another $1,500 in that, and a lot of people are saying there's no way you could possibly need that. But because it's a unique situation running so many Masternodes, just because they haven't delved into the situation I'm in doesn't mean it doesn't exist. And in the future, this might become a pretty normal thing and things could change. But for right now, that's kind of where I'm going with it. But anyway, appreciate it, Mr. Jason Dixon with the super chats. Very kind of you, my friend. I do need to fix my my view account. Oops. I'm cutting off my view account up here and I don't like it. There we go. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of it. I just wanted to touch on all that stuff today. We discussed buying opportunities right now. I feel like Pop Network is an amazing buying opportunity, like I always suggest. Hoge Finance in particular is at a critically low point where I think it's going to end up performing very, very well over the course of time. Dogecoin is kind of a question mark, being a meme coin. VeChain, again, amazing buying opportunity. I say it all the time, but we've seen it get up to 26 cents and hovering around 9 cents right now. It has to be a good buying opportunity. Bitcoin fine, Ethereum fine, Cardano fine, but Hoge Finance, VeChain, Pop Network, those are my guys. And of course, as you can see, the the big green chart staring us in the face, the Gigawatt Token, that is going to be an incredible buying opportunity and investment decision for quite some time. As the CEO himself told me that they probably don't plan on breaking ground until probably this time next year. So you guys have plenty of time to watch the progress of Gigawatt Token and whatnot, and you'll have plenty of opportunity to get in. But it's going to be a while before you see some activity. It's just getting into a coin this new is always very, very interesting and very, very promising for the future. Mr. Juan Mujica, welcome back, my friend. Asking about the PeerX network. Listen, I have tried to reach out to PeerX network and their team for the last few months. I've not gotten a single response from them. I was trying to find out a few months ago. They had mentioned that they had taken a poll to see if the particular coin that was going to be their initial coin on their launch pad, they were taking like a poll across the community to see if everyone was okay with that coin, and I think like 75% of the community said, yeah, go for it. It's time to start launching some coins on the network. And then from that point, they muted chatting in their Telegram. So I lost communication with them. I went to their site and I've emailed them probably a half dozen times, just trying to find out, if they're still working on the project, if that coin was still planned, everything. I haven't gotten a single response from them. So unfortunately, at this point, the only thing I can do is hold in my where I'm at, because I don't have any information. I'm not getting any activity from them. It's not looking great, to be completely honest, but because the coin's so down and the market's so down, I just have to continue to hold, because if I sell now, I'd lose at a tremendous loss. So that's where I'm at. I really don't have any information and I cannot get a hold of these people. So PeerX Network, if you happen to see this, please reach out to me, as I'm trying to get information for the community and I simply cannot. So unfortunately, that's the not so great news I have on PeerX Network. But that's it for now, everybody. I'd like to thank everybody for taking the time to give us some views, and hopefully, as we can see Bitcoin trying to make a little bit of comeback, breaking the 50K mark and continuing to move up is always positive. But that's where we at with a quiet market. That's the best I can do. I hope the information was decent for everyone, and I will continue to let everyone know as I get these computer peripherals and computer parts in hopes to build the Pop Network Masternode computer that I'm aiming to build, basically a supercomputer to run multiple Masternodes. So thanks, everybody. Don't forget to drop me a line if you have any questions. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see everyone very, very soon.